Gotta get those levels right.
I'm a Sigma. I go out. I don't even.
Here we go.
Man Swoo.
Oh, fuck, blew it. Ready?
Man Swoo. Man Swoo.
This time. Third time lucky. Go.
Man Swoo.
Fat. How's your fat levels? Are you feeling? You're looking good. I like the black tea. Black's quite slimming, isn't it? Well, no, I'm just saying it is. But you look good, mate. Don't get offended. I think you look great. I think you look good. I like your haircut. You've gone for a real short on the sides. Can you take the headphones off and give the viewers a bit of a periffs? Oh, yeah, that's a nice fade. You've gone for the nice fade. And I like a bit of fringe growth. There's a bit of salt in that pepper, which is nice. There's grays in there, Grey's Anatomy. And I like it. Excellent beard. Bobby Knuckles would be proud. And you're looking good, man. Looking
Fatty
good.
Knacks.
What about me? Bit fat in the face, eh? Had too many
you look
pies.
right.
I've had too many pies this weekend, I reckon.
We went out me and Sophie went out for dinner last night at a place called Fifth Street. And
Oh,
Sophie
it sounds
said,
so hipster.
it really was actually. We had beef tartare,
Oh, you fucking...
which is like, raw beef.
Yes.
So good.
Yum. Did
And
you...
this huge ribeye, and then we had strawberry fair, and I had a dessert. I got home and I shit myself.
How's your poos these days? Are you frequent? Big ones? Mornings?
I'm better at the moment, eh?
Yeah. Health. Give us a health status.
No one cares.
I care. Who gives a fuck if no one cares? I care about your mates. That is so far in the background. So, Socky.
Can't hear you, mate.
Oh,
Should respect you.
she does so. She respects Uncle Joel.
Well, she said that last night. This waiter that was like our waiter. She goes, "That's John's half brother." Eh?
Oh, fuck. How many times? I get the lookalikes. Fuck, you look like such and such. I saw this guy at the airport. Thought he was you.
I was like, that John's actually got a half brother, eh? And I was like, Is that actually Joel's half brother?
It might be. I didn't even know.
Oh no.
Oh, what's wrong, bro?
Oh no. I was just looking at my show tabs and I got a couple
Hey,
up here.
anyway.
Oh, we need a Ukraine update for
Joel
T
and Tim?
Ukrainer. Yeah.
Anyway, I'd just like to give a formal welcome. Welcome everybody to the Man Swoo podcast. This is your one of the two hosts, Joel and Kelly speaking. And I'd just like to welcome everybody for tuning in and entertaining our whims. How was that for an intro? Average?
This is horrible.
Was it?
Welcome to Joel.
Here we go.
And Hot Joe's podcast called Fu Man Swoo, featuring Venetian Blind Broken.
Also featuring an awesome jade plant. He's
great.
growing so good. Can I show off my new acquisition this weekend? It's one of those little jelly bean plants.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Put that towards those blinds. Eh?
Well, it's the $8. Welcome to the family, jelly bean succulent. Welcome. Hide in my ear.
My hongy and a lick.
Air
Give me a
floor.
little hongy. Give me a hongy and a lick.
Hey, so welcome everybody. We're here to talk shit as per usual.
We've got a few things to cover this week. There's very little boogie boarding content.
Well, that's good. I'm sure about 40% of the listeners will be like, thank the heavens. And the other 60% will be like, oh, damn it. I wanted to hear you guys roast the latest shit comp in the world.
Do you know what was sick, though?
What was
the
sick?
Sandy Beach Boogie. Is it called the Sandy Beach Boogie Bash?
Oh, I've been out of the LOP. Is there highlights and stuff? Is it cool? I love the Sandies. It's so cool.
I'd love to go one of those comps one day. That'd be so sick. It's like
Yeah,
2 foot, but it just slabs on that. I think they call it midpoint or something, where Aka Lyman
Oh.
used to do his thing.
Isn't that just Sandy's, like maybe down the beach or something, or is it the same
Yeah, Sandy's. Like there's like different
sections?
there's different places that sections on the beach that there's like a little reef there, and then there's the shorey, and then yeah, you don't know.
I don't know. I wish I knew how to know about lots of things. So what's on the agenda, mate? I've got a few things. I've got about 3 to 4 to I've got about 5 topics to cover. So yeah, we've got a busy agenda for tonight, don't we?
We do actually. We've sort of upped our game here. I've upped my webcam game. Jolin's upped his microphone game.
But
We've yet to work on the camera game and the background game. I'm working on the background game a little bit. I've got a Blake Town photo in the back. I've got a Metal Gear Solid, but a Metal Gear Solid art. Jolin, did you ever play Metal Gear Solid in 1998?
No, I was too busy partying, fucking, and playing in a punk band. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Have a first wank, eh? Like.
I was too busy doing man things, playing at the number 9 in Gisborne.
Just in your late 30s, eh?
Yeah, mate, yeah. Surfing up a storm at Pines Mafia, me and Jared Ferris and the Quirk brothers and Billy and all the crew. It was good times. Gillies.
Yeah. Okay, well, burst my bubble, but if anybody's out there that has played the original Metal Gear Solid that came out on PlayStation 1, you know that it's still one of the best games of all time. Jolin.
I went away from gaming through pretty much 96. I sort of threw it away, and then I got back into it in 2000. So I had like a 4-year gap, and I got back into it with PlayStation 2 and the first Call of Duty, man, like the first one that came out. Do you remember that?
That was cool, eh?
It was so sick. It was like, oh my God, here we go. This is a really awesome. I just loved how it was all about a bit of stealth in the first couple of chapters where you really had to stealth your way through the bunkers and then like jump over the last little wee thing. And then you're into German territory. So a lot of stealth, a lot of snipering, and then just fucking.
Was that Call of Duty or was that Medal of Honor?
Sorry, you got me. It was Medal of Honor. Thank you.
Out of it.
Thank you. Hey, I'm 96 years old. The memory is a bit frayed, I should say.
But you bastard.
Good work, though, Geeky. Good work.
Hey, I can't share my screen. It says host disabled participant screen sharing on it.
Oh, here we go.
Cool,
yeah, I need to sort this out.
Thanks, mate. Eh?
Oh, no. I have to go through this shit again. Google how to. No, just kidding. Here we go. Hold fire.
Okay, so while we're on it, general T Ukraina update. I haven't really been keeping up with it too much, but I know that Ukraine are pushing. They've taken parts of Kharkiv back from the Ruskies, but the Ruskies are really sort of seem to be consolidating their position of power in the east. I haven't been watching any war porn, though. I've been avoiding that,
That's a wise idea, I would have thought. It's a wise idea.
I love listening to Tim and Joel just like riff about that and vaccines and
same.
Just cracks me up. Oh, did you listen to Tim talking about what he was going to go to? He was going to a dress-up party and what he was going to get dressed up in, and it was like things like, was it like Epstein? What else was it? Amber Heard.
Yes. What the fuck? That was amazing. What did he? Yeah, and then he went as shitty old frickin' Danny from what is it? Greece.
Oh,
it was so lame, wasn't it?
Way to get Timbo to build me a new kitchen, eh?
Have you already got him on the fucking books? Have you?
Joel. Fucking paint up.
I'm
Yo,
having such
Jolo
a
and the paint up.
I'm having such a boomer moment, eh? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, fuck, I'm a dummy. Here we go. Now you're all good, son. Now you're all good. If you want to share anything, um,
Yeah, I just
but,
had that little.
just while you're doing something, I wanted to, and it's on topic. The Joel and Tim show. One of my show notes was to talk about. Oh no, this is your one. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back to your Sandy's little chat. The Sandy's Beach comp, and it's Chippy once again.
Oh, really?
You stopped sharing then. Hello?
Yeah. We're gonna have to. Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Away.
well, you're back. You're back. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, mate? This is dead air. This is what they call dead air in the industry, mate.
I'm turning it off.
Okay, I was just about to share something.
Yeah, share.
Yeah. So back to the Joel and Tim show. I wanted to talk about one of their little wee initiatives.
Have you got on gallery? Sorry, bro. Have you got on gallery?
Yeah, mate. I'm already sorted, bro. I'm already sorted.
Sweet.
Yeah, you don't need to ask that. I think it just sets up normally now.
Cool.
But what I wanted to do was show something about the Joel and Tim show. One of their little initiatives, you might say. Is so for those of you who can see this podcast, Joel and Tim are doing a bit of a support the show campaign, you might say. Okay, so all you really need to do if you listen to the show, you can pledge a bit of money to them to help them for Tim's cocaine habit or Joel's plant flora habits. So if you can see the screen here, I'm on the Joel and Tim show. You can just find the link in their Instagram account, and look, I'll click the support the Joel and Tim show right here. I'll walk you through it. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a few tiers here, and as you'll see, there's 3 tiers. $5 is the Cobden tier, which is the first tier. Second tier is the Kororo tier, or otherwise pronounced as Karoro. So that's $20 per month.
Not on the coast though.
Karora. Bloody Karora. And the top tier for $50 a month is aptly named Blaketown. So if you're feeling very generous and you've got deep pockets, get in there. But I just want to show you guys that I'm going to pledge my namesake, my hometown, which is Cobden. I'm about to join right here. Just click the join button, and I'm about to go through to the next thing and fill out me details. That's a bit boring though. I probably shouldn't do this while everyone's watching, but I'm about to do that very shortly to do the Cobden contribution. I think I can afford $5 a month. I wouldn't mind some transparency, Joel and Timothy. So if you could let us know where my hard-earned $5 is going.
I hope it's going to Yemen.
Yeah, maybe it should go back to Iraq. Everyone's forgotten about Iraq. Like,
maybe it should go to Vietnam. Hey,
yep, could do. Poor Namis, they got fucking hammered. They used Agent Orange in Vietnam, didn't they, for the first time? Didn't they?
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Good wholesome stuff.
It was character building.
Yuck! It's horrible. I'm gonna stop sharing now. But anyway, back to the war on Ukraine.
Yeah, so look, like you're just looking through the Reddit, there's some horrendous stuff on there.
Oh, I don't even go there, man. Yuck.
Yeah, it just seems to be an entrenched sort of ground war now, isn't it? And, yeah,
I don't know.
I love how the media, like, it's basically, the most, I mean, there's war in Europe again, isn't there? Like full scale war in Europe.
Yep.
And our media's like, we put it on it for a couple of weeks. That'll do.
Yeah,
this is boring. But
so what are you're saying that there should be more coverage in New Zealand?
Well, I don't know if it should be more coverage or It's just, it's just flavor of the month reporting, isn't it? It's just pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
It's just pathetic. I haven't watched 6 o'clock news in so many years because it's just flavor. It's disease of the week and flavor of the month.
I went round to the Roddens this evening, and they watched the 6 o'clock news, and I had to endure the 6 o'clock news, and it even blended into the 7 o'clock, special that they have on a Sunday night.
Yuck.
And the news was very boring, but the 7 o'clock special was about trans athletes, which I thought is a good little topic that we can talk about because I think there was 7 of us in the room, aging between.
That would have been an enlightened conversation.
Fucking hell, it was, mate. I was in there for one, so of course it was bloody in Lawton.
Bunch of ghosts talking about trans people.
Yeah. But I was also laughing about the fact that, you can imagine there's some fucking farmers out the back of Moana, that are like watching the 7 o'clock, thing and thinking, they'll be saying to their wives like, oh, fuck, these fucking faggots are on TV. Oi, check this out. Oh, what are these fucking idiots up to? Chopping their bits off to become different types of sexes. Oh.
These clowns on TV, love. Oh, I tell you, where's going to hell in a handbasket?
The world's gone upside down. Now you've got men trying to compete in netball, and you've got female trying to compete in mountain biking.
Look, I tell you what, get hopeful on the line. We'll see. Hopeful Christian on the fucking line.
He's dead, mate. He's dead, mate.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's dead, actually. Hopeful.
No, he won't be dead, mate.
I think he bailed out before all the court cases come through.
To me fiddling.
Hopeful ain't going to heaven, that's for sure, is he? He's going to an extra little part of hell. Like you get the initial hell, and then you get the kiddie fiddler hell. That's the one where it goes bad, I think, through the bad spot.
So the main themes. There's one thing I did want to touch on.
Touch away, touchy.
Quickly, bodyboarding in the world is Breakwall in Port Mac is under threat.
And what?
Yes, so Kingy's posted, Damien King's posted on his Instagram.
Shout out Kingy.
So the council, or whatever you call them over there, they are planning to extend the tip head, the breakwall itself, by 60 boulders right at the end. And I've always thought, so, potentially it could ruin the wave. You just don't know, or you just don't know what it could do. And I've always thought the same thing with Blaketown, like the council every now and again the regional council have bowled boulders down the side of the tip head at Blaketown over the years, and it hasn't affected the wave.
No, they did it to the wave trap just recently, yeah.
Can you imagine the knock-on effects that any real design changes would ever have, good or bad, for Blaketown? Because
that would break my heart. Yeah, that would break my heart, man. I would fight. I'd be outside the council with placards saying, "Bring back Blaketown, bring black, bring black, bring back Blaketown."
I've always thought about that, but yeah, that was quite interesting. Just so everybody have a look at Kingy's Insta. I think there's an epic shot here. Actually, I'll quickly share my screen.
Please do that. And while you're on this topic, did you see the how they do the at Port Macquarie they do the challenge, the teams challenge? They did that recently at Breakwall.
Yeah.
Some good surfing going on, and it was breaking right into the tip head. It's like the Cobden side of Greymouth, but actually barreling. Oh yeah, look, that's an old photo of Kingy.
I think it's just a screenshot, eh?
That is I remember seeing that years and years ago. Wow, what an amazing! It's basically a slabby reef break, but it's not. It's a reef break that's breaking in a river mouth scenario.
That's heavier than a reef. A lot of reefs.
A lot of reefs. Yeah, man. But Blaketown gets like that, and it's true. It can get like that. Especially low tide corner, especially the old Blakos, mate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, I wish you knew. Hey, I wish you knew about Real Blaketown.
There's been a couple of
Oh,
sessions I've
man.
had. There's been a
Yeah.
couple of sessions I've had at like high tide ones where it's like, yeah, this is proper.
Oh no, I'm thinking Low Tide Corner for that kind of look-alike is fuck. Almost every wave is an eardrop or an acid drop. You don't know about the corner, mate. You don't know about the corner, mate.
You know those you get those high tide sessions where it's like it's so heavy it feels like low tide though. You get those banks sometimes.
Oh, those North Swell high tide down the beach, Rizzo's Peak days.
Rizzo's Peak.
Tez's Peak, Rizzo's Peak down the beach days. Are those the days you're talking about?
Oh, it's intense. And just quickly,
what, mate?
I'm just sharing content.
I'm just
mate.
being a
Fuck
cunt.
up. It's just
Hurry up and share this
multimedia. Multimedia. Oh, look out. Here we go.
What have we got here? Oh, that's the.
Hey.
Who's that bald-headed man?
That's a pipe and a half, eh?
Who's that bald-headed man? Oh, he's getting pawed. That's me next summer, bro. I'm taking the hair off.
Oh, how's this little outro?
Oh, that's gay. It's very gay.
I
I love. I can see your screen there, and it's got Ben's wish list, bills, surf trip,
So I got
sex
Ben's
toys,
wish list, bills, couches, Christchurch Whare, health, food, Man Swoo, jobs.
Can't wait to hear you talk about couches. What's your favorite couch you're into these days? Imagine people like,
Well, we're going to buy a new couch.
Listening to two people talk about buying. You never know. Two out of our 140 listeners might think, sick. I want to hear about couches because I need to buy a new couch. So tell me some couch stuff, man.
I just really want a couch with a recliner.
Yeah,
you know, like your built-in recliner.
Yeah,
like, and one of those,
my shitty one.
Yeah,
both
yeah,
ends.
but better.
just for better.
And you get the one.
Which one?
You get the
hand
one.
signals there. What are you doing with the fucking? Are you doing like
what are they called? The Ottoman, not the Ottoman. No, chase. So like you got the big extension out. You know, like an L shape, so you can have big snooze up.
Oh, I know you're all about those snooze ups, eh? But how can you have a snooze up when you got a toddler? You'd have to snooze up when she has a snooze up, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll work my way around it, eh? I just put on some mod bods, put on some Moana. Yeah, too. Dad's
having a little snooze off.
Dad's having a snooze off.
Dad's putting on the babysitter.
Don't hassle Dad. Who's
Frozen.
Smash you.
Now I'm going to put some headphones on your head, darling. Now this is Frozen immersion. Here you go.
No, she's about Moana, mate.
Moana. Cool.
Anyway. All right. So there's one key theme. We've got a listener contribution. 2 listeners' contributions this week. We've got McFake's take to cover. Yep. Also got a audio clip from J Ray.
Indeed, we do. I don't know what's going to happen here. It's going to be interesting. We've got a first listener,
but just quickly,
audio interaction.
Just as a little appetizer. Let's watch Joe Biden fall off a bike.
Oh my God. I saw that today for the first time.
Hang on, team. What a great ride. Where am I?
And then because I saw this video after I saw the Joe Rogan Instagram. Did you see the Joe Rogan one?
No.
Oh, you did it.
What did Joe Rogan say?
Old Rogan, Joe Rogan, Josh.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan, Josh. Okay, I'll show you the Joe Rogan thing. And I didn't know what it was all about, so I didn't really get it. So let me just share my screen now. And this is what I saw today. And it's that classic meme picture of Joe when he got down in the octagon in UFC and interviewed Connor when Connor broke his leg. And so many people have been photoshopping it and clipping it out and putting it in random shit. And it is of Joe Biden as post falling off his mountain bike. And Joe's interviewing him. And Joe Rogan himself posted that, which was cool, I thought. So I saw that before the Biden fall off, and I didn't know what the fuck who it was, and I was like, "Oh fuck, what is that all about?" And then, thank you. Here we go. It's all come full circle, mate. Mate. So back to one of our interactive listeners, McPake. He's got a little McFake's take.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you want to do a sting for it, mate?
Damn it, I should have brought my acoustic guitar. That would have been, I should have prepped that. Next ep, I'll get the acoustic guitar and I'll do a little jingle for that.
We'll have to make a recording of it so then I can splice it in like a little stinger.
What we'll do is I'll record it live on the next potty and then post that potty. You can clip that and use that for future stings, eh?
Nah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Get a live, bit of live factor and some live factor. So, McFake's takes is this week. It's can you trust a fat fitness instructor? Well, that can you? I don't know. It's like, can you trust can you trust a a skinny marathon runner? You can, can't you?
Yes, it's a terrible comparison.
Oh, I'm just thinking of things that you can trust.
Okay, so who's the fat guys or the fat ladies in sports that you can name that are like just those well-rounded people who are like better than you'd ever expect?
Like Valerie Adams, but she's big because of the sport she's in.
Yeah, and I'm talking about a sport where it's like you're meant to be. There's a typical body type.
Yes.
Morgan Brown.
In bodyboarding, Morgan Brown is a bigger abo fella from down south coast. What?
Aborigine, mate.
Is abo? Oh my god.
Abo is a slur, bro.
What? Oh, see, this is where the world's gone weird and I haven't caught up. I'm too old. Are you serious?
Yeah, massively.
Why?
It was used in a derogatory way for decades towards Aborigines.
Oh, yeah, right. I just thought it was like I just thought it was a slang as in like, you call me Jolin, but it's Jolo or Jockey or Jolza. Whereas Abo's...
It's like Mary and actually that's what I wanted to talk about too, actually.
But there is no slangs for moldy, is there? Unless you're just a dumb white person who can't pronounce it and you say Mary. That's not really a slur. That's just an ignorance on the language. But there's never...
it's been used as a slur.
What? Just by saying
I'm sounding
like
pretty
Mary.
woke. I'm sounding pretty woke now. I don't want to be woke, but...
You're sounding very woke, man. I'm half asleep at the moment because you're woke as fuck.
We just lost our whole racist listener base.
Nah, I think the people who people who listen are probably all about our un-PC chats. And so they should be because it's refreshing in this current climate. But seriously, okay, Abo's no good. I just thought it was just an abbreviation of Aboriginal.
Nah, it was used to... They called them black fellas or Abo.
That is different to Abo.
But no, Abo...
Black fella and Abo. Black fella has nothing to do with the name.
No, but no, I'm telling you, like Abo is a derogatory slur towards Aborigines. I mean, they don't even like being called Aborigines anymore. I don't think that. Well, they don't mind it, but I think the big viewers, First Nations as well.
Oh yeah,
they
First
were there
Nations,
for like 70,000 years. That's insane. When you go for a little paddle across the Aotearoa, like way over there, it's like just a hop and a skip. Wonder if they ever came across. over
Now-
70,000 years. I wonder
Now
if it's
listen, I've just
floated over.
I've just go- I've just googled. Is it rude to say abo?
Yeah.
Now this is what the internet says. Many may not be aware that shortening the term Aboriginal to abo is highly offensive to Indigenous people due to its historical usage, and it is considered derogatory. But then they also go to say it's considered derogatory, like the words coon or bong.
Oh,
Now I remember this is totally on PC, but bonga was like a word used for Māori. I remember in New Zealand, but I didn't know
no,
it
that
was
was for Islanders. No, that was
Oh,
for
was it?
Islanders. Yeah.
bonga.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how abo, which sounds just a shortened version of Aboriginal, and then you've got they're comparing it to coon or bong.
I don't
It's
think it's
so
the,
different
but
to me.
it's not the term itself. It's the
Yeah.
way in which it's used.
Correct, and that's
The
where I'm
tone
getting.
and- yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I'm getting hung up because for me, whenever I've used the word abo, I didn't even know it was. I'm just being 100% serious. I didn't even know it was a derogatory term. So there's historical context there. So I'll definitely try and stop using that word for sure because it sounds like it's not good.
Well, do you know what's funny is like is
Abo.
you know how African Americans took the N word back and made it their own.
Yes.
So I've actually seen that because I work within Māoridom, right?
Yes.
I've actually seen the word marry taken back by a lot of people that are proud Māori, right? But they'll use the word marry as a term of endearment towards other Māori people. Like so, and I sort of liken it to.
Interesting.
I sort of liken it to take, because the word to marry, bloody Mary, was, I've heard it used, in my own life, used as a derogatory, like a slur towards Māori people. And so I'm a very, obviously,
right.
I think everybody knows now I'm a very proud Māori, and I think that there's comparisons between like what I've seen is people taking that negative connotation away from it and using it as a term of endearment towards other Māori people. Like I'll see my cousins, they'll be like, "Way after you, bloody Mary,"
I see what you're saying. You're almost taking the piss out of it and having a bit of fun with it, like making it cool. Whereas, but see, my my part of the brain still doesn't get it. I get it. I know what you're saying, but my other part of the brain is it's just usually yes, people will use that word in a derogative sense, but also they don't know how to pronounce the word properly as well. So it's
just about tone and context, isn't it?
It is
like,
tone.
But like my grandparents say marry, but they don't mean anything bad behind it,
Exactly. So that sort of proves my point, which is how can you take that word and just the way it's said into like you can do that with any word. Like what I'm saying is like people get so hung up on words nowadays and you shouldn't because like you say, it's about tone and context. And I just feel like we're just killing words left, right, and center, right?
Well, we are. It's horrible. Like,
It's horrible. It's like there's not going to be much left. It's just going to be Elon Musk's Neuralink, and everyone's just going to be not even talking, just telepathically yarning and looking into your thoughts and thinking, Jesus, you think of some weird shit, Jalza.
And then
Christ.
what's that Tom Cruise movie where they stop them, they arrest them for doing the crime. Do the crime.
Minority Report. Epic film, man.
Yeah, I think it's just all about tone, context, and the person using it. Because I've heard the word to marry used in a completely innocent and harmless way, and it's just a way that like my grandparents. We had a big talk with my grandparents who are white as can be, and they said when we were kids in the 40s and the 50s, we had this conversation only a while ago. They said like, we didn't see any brown people. We didn't grow up around them. We just didn't. We barely mixed with them, and only until they went into the workforce did they meet some brown people. They said like because Māori really were a rural people until the 60s and 70s where they started coming into the cities because they started losing their lands and the last bits of land and all that, right? And their farms and they couldn't afford to run their farms. You know, I don't want to get into all that, but anyway, so they only
I
really
thought that
sort of
no, sorry, I thought they were just coming in to get some fish and chips and the chip shops and that.
and they stayed. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, I can't find my farm.
How do we get these fish? Oh, how do we get these fish and chips, Whitey? Oh, you got to get a job. You got to get a job, man. You got to get
You
this
got to work
money.
behind the counter for this,
Gotta
you
get-
bloody man.
Yeah, you work behind the counter to get some of that fucking paper we call money, and then you can buy some fish and chips, right?
So like, I don't know where I was going with it, but yeah, it's just all
No, you're
about
talking about
it's just about context
tone.
and tone.
Yeah, talking about context
It's
and
like
tone.
It's like the word fuck. You can use the word fuck as in like to convey real anger towards someone,
Mm.
but you can also use the word fuck to convey a lot of endearment and joy.
You know,
So
like
it's just
like fuck, he's a good cat, eh?
that's one of my favorite Kiwi and Aussie like language things is the use of the word cunt. There is
He's a good
nothing
cunt, eh?
better than, he's a good cunt. When I was living in London, I'd be like, this guy's a good cunt. They're like, oh,
I know.
he's all right. What do you say?
Yeah, no. Like, yeah, a lot of cultures don't understand that we can use that word as a term of endearment.
It's amazing, eh?
It's so good.
I always wind up Sophie about like using words like that.
Why does she not like it?
Oh, she hates it. Yeah.
The C word. Oh, isn't it weird how in New Zealand a lot of chicks hate the C word, eh? They think
she
it's like
doesn't mind
some.
it. Mm.
Oh, but I remember a lot of chicks growing up and in adulthood where, oh no, don't use that word. It's disgusting.
Oh. And we got way off. Can you trust a fitness instructor?
We
McFake.
did. My answer to that is yes, you can. You can, because they're working, and as long as they're working, they're not slacking off, then you're good to go.
I have seen large people that are very fit.
Yes, me too.
And like really, really fit and really strong. But the combination of good eating habits and fitness aren't quite there.
No.
So I don't know if you can quite trust them.
Because you can see it. You can see that they're a bigger person. You know that that's not just big bones. You can see that there's an issue with the food there.
Wouldn't it be funny though? Like you're in a yoga class or
yoga's perfect, and they can't even bend over properly. They're like super tight. They can't even touch their toes.
They come in, they're like, "Okay, guys, let's get ready."
Yes.
Down my dog.
The full fat yoga instructor is the ultimate. Super tight pants, all the rolls are out for display, and they're going down. Rightio, we're going to do downward dog, and I'm facing yous backwards. Everyone's like, no. There's one guy at the back going, yes.
There must be so many classes where the fitness instructor's fat, and then the people are like, "Oh, what's going?" But then that fat fitness instructor just canes them. Just absolutely canes them.
And they're like, fuck, that workout was one of the best ones I've had in my life.
But then does that also establish a further degree of mistrust? It's like, how can you be that fat but be that fit?
Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you doing secretly? You fucking get a little sneaky supplement scan or sneako suppos.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you think about fat athletes.
Well, there's a lot
come to mind.
There's a few fat surfers. There's a lot in the NFL, big boppers. There's a lot in rugby, big boppers.
I'm talking about the body types where it's like not generally meant to be a fatty.
Yeah, sorry. Like silly. You had a couple of beers back.
That guy that used to play for the Tall Blacks. Who was that guy that used to play for the Tall Blacks that hit the threes all the time and got
Who
us into
Phil-
the semi-finals?
Who? Phil Jones, my mate from Reefton.
No. Piero Cameron.
Don't hate on Phil
Is it-
Jones, mate. He's the king
It was
around
Piero
here.
Cameron. It was Piero
Oh,
Cameron.
he was a big boy. He was a big bopper. But no, there's always been big boppers in basketball as well, bro. That's the wrong. That's a
No.
wrong.
What?
Always. Charles Barkley was a bit chubby on it back in the day.
No, he wasn't. He was cut out of stone. He's just a bit of a
mate.
fatty nair.
No, old Barco's got a little fat face like me.
He had a real
Little
round
fat
head.
face
Eh?
like me.
He had a real round head.
It's a rounded in word.
Did you say rounded in? What did you just say? I'm
Nothing.
editing this out. I had to
You
edit that
can't.
out.
I didn't say the word.
Oh.
I didn't say the word. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Piero Cameron. Oh, jeez.
There
Look how
is, the
big
big
he is
boy.
on that. Look how big he is on that TL Moldy tab,
a
hard left.
Oh, he's a big fella.
Whoa.
I think he was like 6'3" or something. He was
He had a
pretty
couple
tall.
he had a couple of cordon bleus for Christmas.
Oh, do you know
Man.
who the ultimate fat athlete was? That
Oh.
okay,
Well, no, let's go back. Shaq was a bit fat. Shaq was
No,
a bit
no.
fat, wasn't he?
Shane Warne. Shane Warne.
Oh, there you go.
Warney,
There you go.
Warney.
Hey, rest in peace, Warney. What happened to you, mate? Did you take the wrong batch of the vaccine because you're a bit young? I know you smoked a fucking lot of cigs.
You still haven't
Uh,
watched 12 Man. Listen to all the 12 Mans, have you?
No.
Get him up here. Want to buff him?
No, I haven't. I've only watched like the first two when I was like 12 or 13.
No, he's cut there. He's got a bit of a gut, but he's not too bad. Oh, there's a good one.
Look at that.
Oh,
Hey.
fatty old Shane Warne.
I love him. He was the man.
He in the 80s.
Unapologetic.
Did he start in the 80s or the early 90s?
Early 90s, bro. And he was the man. Such an amazing spin bowler. What the hell?
But greatest of all time.
The greatest, the goat of off leg offies.
The-
The offie, mate. The offie.
Greatest of all time. Oh, how's this one? What a chumbo.
Oh, yeah.
How's this guy? How's this guy with the mustache? You're
Whoa,
right.
sweet
right,
aviators
Warnie.
in the background.
Right, Warnie, just go right down that corridor and there's a big fat line for you to really snort up right down there, Warnie, you fat fuck.
Oh, you fat fuck. Get in here. Get a fucking couple of schooners in here. So for people who are listening, we're just having a look at, we're just gorging ourselves on Shane Warne's images there because he was a chubby mofo, but what an amazing cricketer. Wasn't he?
Yeah. And
Fancy.
if you ever want to laugh your fucking head off, you want to listen to all of the 12th Man albums, not just one like Jolan has. Jesus
I listened to
Christ.
two. I listened to two, the first two.
The last two are the best.
Oh, were they?
Mm.
Did you listen to Rodney Rood? Because it was, for me, it was 12th Man and Rodney Rood at the same time.
Oh, Shane Warne Cricket 1999 on PlayStation. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm. Like I said, I was gone within that window. So it was from 96 to 2000, no gaming.
Oh, I was
4
gaming,
years.
but I was still surfing as well.
Not
Just
saying you
getting into
weren't.
surfing.
I was just, routing and playing gigs and
So
surfing
1998,
and
Yeah.
yeah.
How old were you?
Is this a setup for a joke or are you being serious?
No, I'm asking. How old were you?
In 98, I was 18.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, so I was
14.
what you got?
12.
No, I was 98.
Yeah, 12.
No, wait. How old are you now?
41.
I'm 35, so you got 6 years on me.
Yeah, so you would have been 12.
12.
Yeah, I said 12. I nailed it. Bang. That was awesome.
I was killing it.
Bet you were.
I was
Whacking
killing
off?
it.
Mazzying? Were you mazzying then or
I don't want. I have a first girlfriend.
you don't want to talk about it? It's your pussy.
We never talk about you, Mazzy. It's always you end up like asking me.
Whatever. I talked about having a danger wank the other potty, remember? Of course I do. It's not you.
So, yeah, I had my first girlfriend when I was 12. I was power diving a lot. I was living in Kaikoura. I was
You
power
eating
diving.
Eating pussy.
Ah,
Oh, sorry. Fuck. What are you doing?
power diving. That's what they call it in
Yeah.
Kaikoura.
Going down for muscles, mate.
We'll go down for a power dive, mate.
That's what I mean.
That's how the
Eating-
chicks used to talk. Go down for a power dive.
Oh, I had a guy go down and power dive on me, but he couldn't find a fucking power and shit himself. He was down there hunting around for half an hour. He couldn't find no fucking power, no fucking kinner, no fucking muscles, nothing.
Shut up.
That was my bit about power
Shut
diving,
up,
man.
mate.
I'm a stand-up comedian. Do you not realize this?
No.
Fuck.
Right. So okay. So I think we've covered fat influencer or fat influencer, because the other big thing these days is the fitness influencers, like the Sports Illustrated model. The cover of the Sports Illustrated was a fat chick.
Yeah. And what about Lizzo? Lizzo, she's out there doing fat things.
I mean, I'm a bit fat, but so I can't talk, obviously.
I am a chubby motherfucker, so I am throwing stones in a glass house.
You're not.
But you can call out when you see a fatty.
You're not
and
a
you can call
porker
out
like
when you
you
see a
used to be,
finny.
though. But
I know I used to be big old porks. I'm half a porker now. I'm like a half pork roast, whereas before I was a full pork, pig on a spit,
pork up.
full pig on a spit.
All right. So before we get into J Ray's voicemail,
Yeah.
Here we go. A little bit more interactive media for everyone.
Cool, man.
What happens in China? When you jump on a shitty bridge. How's old mate? Look at old mate. He's jumping.
Hang on, no.
He's
Before, stop. Oh, I thought you could have like contexted it up a little bit better for our listeners, so
okay.
they know what we're looking at.
Oh,
Start
I
again,
thought I'd
mate.
go in, no,
You're learning. You're learning.
Dodge.
You went in a bit too hot.
Dodgy bridge in China. Okay. Dodgy
Okay.
bridge. It's not chippy. It's
What
not
are we-
chipping.
No, what are we looking at though? How many people?
Okay. Oh, we're looking at lots of people on what seems to be a very poorly built bridge in a third world country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Press play.
Now, if you look at old mate in the black hat, okay,
there's a
can you see my
monkey.
mask? Can you see my mask there?
Thought it was a monkey. Yeah, carry
Not
on.
my mask, my mouse. Okay,
Yes.
watch old mate.
Mask.
He's a silly fucker. He's a silly fucker jumping up and down. He's having a jump up.
What?
Everybody goes down,
Oh, he's jumping. Oh, and he stays up.
and he's the only one that holds on.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
People eat shit, but that's not a big
Oh.
bridge. There's no fatalities there. Is there? Couple of broken shins, maybe a wrist.
Oh, there's a couple of old people. There's
Oh,
probably
there's a couple
of
of
hips.
granddads. Ah,
Yeah, there's a couple of hips there, eh?
fuck. That ain't no Cave Creek, mate. Crikey.
Oh,
That was bad. Bad.
oh, that's
was bad.
terrible.
That was a bad part of West Coast heritage. So let's brighten the mood up with my next topic is another sort of supportive, interactive thing, you might say, and that is with our previous guest on the Man Swoo show, which was Ben McKinnon. Now he has got a book out, and I'm about to add this to my basket. I'm going to do that right now. Clickety click. $30 Australian and only $79 postage. No, just kidding. Looks like it's only $5. But anyway, yeah, BMAC. We talked a little bit. We talked a little bit about it at the podcast that we did with him, but he is very let's say learned in the school of lucid dreaming. And he's got a book out at the moment. So if you're into lucidity in your dreams, then you should check this out. Let's talk about this topic because, so please check this out. It's on Etsy. I don't really know how to, maybe just go into Etsy and then search Ben McKinnon Yoga, or even just search the title of the book, Diary of a Lucid Dreamer. I'll stop sharing. But yeah, have you ever had a lucid dream before?
What's a lucid dream?
Oh, good question. So it's a dream where you're in your dream and you realize, oh shit, I'm dreaming. Oh, cool. So then you look around, you're like, Oh, sweet. I know that I'm in the dream. So this is just playtime. Let's go. Have you had them before?
Nah, bro. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Not one.
I don't think so.
Oh, shit. And you would know because I've only had a handful. I can think of about maybe 4 in my whole life, whereas BMAC probably has them on the regular. There's a process on how to get there. So it's really hard for me to explain other than what I just did before, which is you're in your dream and it's like you wake up and it's basically the Matrix movie, right? So you've woken up and you're like, oh, I'm in the Matrix. And so everything's not real. And you're like, oh, sweet. And my lucid dreams always end up with me just doing the most randomest shit, like stealing people's like Grand Theft Auto shit. Like I'm just going to cruise around and just talk to anyone and steal this car and drive it off here and go off-road driving and all this sort of shit. Yeah. Have you never had a lucid dream before?
Never, bro. I just had to
Wow.
move my background because Sophie doesn't want me to show it.
Fair enough. So maybe this book is good for you because actually for anyone listening out there, if you haven't had a lucid dream, then you're missing out. Oh, I'm serious. This is some serious shit. This ain't no fucking wacky dacky bullshit, man. This is true stuff. I'm surprised you haven't. Actually, I'm sorry, man. You're in a bit of a lower vibration, man. You need to bring yourself up, level up as a human, okay? A human. Get up there, man.
Toad, eh?
Looking a toad. Yeah. It's nothing to do with any type of drugs. Actually, the less drugs you take, probably the better if you're into yoga or meditation. And I'll give you a little tip. And I didn't even know if this is in the book, but I've heard it and it worked for me once, is if you want to lucid dream, have a clear head, nice, well rested. And just before you go to sleep, when you're closing your eyes, just say to yourself over and over again, I want to have a lucid dream. I want to have a lucid dream. Let's go. Let's bring it in. You just sort of, it's like an affirmation in your head, in your thought processes. I'm sounding like a real wacky dacky guy, but that is one tip. And the one time I did it, it worked straight away. But then a few times after it didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think I've had dreams where I'm like, yeah, I'm dreaming. This is bullshit. I'm happy.
Well, that's it. That's all it is when you've realized you're in a dream. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then so there's levels to it. So like BMAC will obviously talk about the different levels and what you can do in there and the benefits and all that sort of stuff. And I think he's got some crazy stories in there of like entities that he's met in his dreams and like some real dark, heavy shit. So I'm quite excited to hear some of the yarns he's been exploring in his brain. It'd be cool.
What was I going to tell you? The does Leonardo DiCaprio turn up in it?
Why?
Inception.
Well, it kind of is like that. Oh, I'd be cool if Leonardo jumped into my dream. Probably bum him, eh?
Really naked Japanese men.
That's the cool thing. You can probably create your own world. There must be levels to lucid dreaming, like almost like Minecraft. So you'd be going there and you're like, all right, this is my motherfucking brain. I'm going to do whatever the fuck we want. Right, we're going to go to Chopes, jump on a boat. I'm going to surf 8 to 10 foot Chopes in my dream and everyone's hooting and I'm going to make every barrel. That's the kind of level I'd love to get to.
Really?
BMAC, help me out. Help us all out. Let's go and surf Chopes in our dreams every night.
Really?
Are you fucking around with your background, you egotistical homo? Look at you there, styling that nice left hand. Port. Meanwhile, I've got fucking broken Venetians over here. Righto, should we bring in? Let's bring in one of our listeners. Pardon me, little wee voicemail, shall we?
Oh,
let's see what it is.
yeah.
Kia ora, Hodger. Kia ora, B. Kelly. Oh shit, I mean Jake Kelly. This your boy B Ray here. I mean J Ray. Sorry.
Yo.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Nice.
Just calling in to let you guys know you're doing a great job on the potty and would like to
What a
request a
nice
story.
voice. What a nice voice.
What is the first time you got absolutely smashed by a wave while out there booging? Podro, I know you like to waffle, so keep it short and sharp. Jolin, if you could somehow weave into a story about buying your first car, maybe your favourite mini golf course, and when you first kissed Ben McPake, that'd be great. Cheers.
Oh, that was sick. That was good. What did he say towards the end? He said, your first car. Oh, that's a great story. And what else was it? First time kiss Ben McPake. I don't know. That was be early on when he was a young boy, I'm sure. When he was a young boy. Really young boy.
Some young boy.
What was the question? I've forgotten already.
Well, thank you. When did we first get smashed by a wave?
Oh wow. That's
Proper wave.
okay. If you've got yours in your brain, I'm just got to filter through mine.
I do actually. I do.
Oh, cool. Well, then
it's
then
so lame.
Yeah, well, it should be because that's when we were Groms.
Yeah,
Although,
so lame.
I wonder if we should dissect this question into like the first kook beating or the first proper I'm out in the big stuff beating. Don't promote that beer, you bastard. You
Oh, it's so
bastard.
cold.
Wanker. You're like to Goldie, mate. You drink the competitor's beer. You're like,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
at least
slapping me in the face.
At least I don't drink it at fucking 30 degrees.
Like the Goldie, yeah. I know, but still, don't just do me a favour, mate. Get a Steiny or a Corona or a Stella or a twat. Corona's better than Heine, mate. And Steiny's better than Heine. Heine smells like
Corona's
farts.
all right.
Corona's good, mate. Heine smells like farts and marijuana,
Look at
I
that
reckon.
bottle, mate.
It's yuck.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, you're right. friends, friends are good to me.
I buy lots of your brands, you know it.
I know you buy Emerson's, which is good. Thanks, mate. I'll keep you on for that.
Okay, well, let's dissect it. First kook beating.
And then first proper, what
First-
you're doing beating.
Yeah,
Okay.
First proper like I'm going in type thing. Yeah, okay.
Okay, you go first. Oh, I've got my first proper beating in my head, but we should start with the kook. So you go first. Have you got a
my
kook
first
beating?
beating. Yeah.
Cool.
I was 15 or 16. I just got it into proper boogie boarding, spins and rolls and drop kneeing and shit like that. And me and my mate Ollie, we were hitting up Taylor's mistake.
Nice.
Every day, no matter what, right? We're in our sixth form at school. We're bunking class. And it was I think it was on a weekend. And Taylor's was about 3 to 4 foot.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And it was coming in. It was offshore.
Coming in hot.
The rollers were coming in.
The rollers, the crests of the wave.
And anyway, I was so nervous, like so scared. And I got a wave and I was like, you're just trimming on them and trying to do a kooky roll, and Taylor's real fat and but it's got a little bit of punch. It's got a little bit of punch,
Yeah.
And
I've only surfed it once, so I can't really comment.
yeah, it's got a bit of punch here on its day.
Hmm.
Anyway, I took off on this wave and then I was paddling back out. And to me, it looked like the horizon disappeared. And I'm like, oh,
Scratching.
oh, I'm scratching. And then I try to duck dive it. And I panic. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And I throw my board and I go under. I get whitewashed. I get fucking,
Raggy dolled, mate. Raggy dolled.
It was my first ever real rag doll. And I got the rag doll.
Man.
And I was under, and I thought I was under for 2 minutes, and it would have been about 5 seconds. And fucking, I came up, and I was like, and I paddled into the beach, and I sat on the beach, and I was just watching the rollers. And I was so rattled.
Despondent.
I was so rattled. I paddled back out.
Nice.
I paddled back out, but I'm so and I look back at that now, and I was like, that's insane. The level of comfort after all these years of experience in heavy waves versus a fat beach break that's got a little bit of size to it. more than normal.
Yeah.
Got dirtier. So it's
Nice.
always stuck in my mind that day, that
Mm.
moment. Always stuck in my mind what it did to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the first kookiest beating was just a moment where it was one of the first times I went out of my depth. So growing up in Karora, in Greymouth. Well, I didn't grow up there completely, but I spent a section of my pubescent years there. Me and Jay DeGoldie, no, pre-sex. Me and Jay DeGoldie, we used to surf all the time in Kororo with the likes of Bradley McEwen and just all the other randoms around, like Bromley and the Bruce brothers and other randoms like Logan Williams and Jeremy Kewen, and just it was such a cool crew. And the cool thing is bodyboarding was huge on the coast, so you just get little crews and little micro crews coming through. And I'm painting a wide story, but you can just see all these little teenage boys. There's never any girls, unfortunately, bodyboarding. All these little teenage boys just cruising around, and friends of friends, and we'd all surf together in Kororo, which is basically in front of the Marist Rugby Club rooms, and also the Suburb Rugby League club rooms, and also the top 10 motor camp. So that big stretch, and also it goes all the way down to the pig farm and further south as well. But I remember, starting off tiny waves, then, getting a good board. So I hadn't had a proper beating, and I got my first manta, and surfing the shories, and then surfing the middle bank. And then sometimes we get a big out the back bank. So like there'd be two stages. It's a big beach break. So for people who don't know where this is, it's just a big beach break, a lot of sand moving, very tidal. And so it would break way out the back quite often, and it would get quite big, and you couldn't really tell when you're grommet how big it was. And so what you do is you paddle initially into the first dip, and there'd be a real deep part, which is real weird. It'd be like the shory, super deep. You couldn't touch the bottom. Then you come up, and then you get this gnarly sandbar, this low tide sandbar, and then you could stand up, and you'd look back, and you're like 100 meters from the beach, fully standing up to your shins in water. And then you'd have to get past those breakers, so a second set of breakers, and you'd get out the back, out the back. And I remember it was the first big day out the back, and I just remember just getting out the back was terrifying. Like true proper power, the first true power waves. Like, how do I get under these? Just getting absolutely smashed, trying to get out, and I finally got out after just so many beatings. So my first proper beating was duck diving, just trying to get out and just getting destroyed. That was it. And then I went out and just caught the next wave in because I was so gassed and scared. And I just pretty much just straight handed it straight in because I was shitting.
Yeah.
That's my first beating story, is just duck diving at low tide Korora. Pretty uneventful, but that's my first beating story.
It always is, but it's always a big deal for us. But if you like your experience, if you look at it, be like, that's child's play. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. Like, I think because we're so used to the heaviness of Blaketown, it takes a lot to be. It
does. Oh. But see, that was pre-Blaketown for me, so I didn't even really know true power. Just knew West Coast power, generic beach break, West Coast power.
A lot of those beaches on the coast, like we've got so many good times at those, but they're not heavy, eh?
Because we usually surf them on like a combo swell on a shory, eh?
Yeah.
But you've never surfed Kororo at the back. That used to be a thing. Banks are real different now. Like there used to be really good waves out the back, but you don't really see them very often these days.
No, I remember seeing them back in the day, like when we first went over the coast. Like
quite rare.
Tizzy used to point those banks out, and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. A couple of my mates went out there and got some pipes years ago. And
me too. I remember periodically what happened. It probably breaks quite a lot, but because Blaketown's usually pumping as well, when it's pumping, you just surf Blaketown.
You get the drift though as well, like
you do in Kororo, unless it's like a bit of a combo swell, then it's a bit more evened out, eh? But oh my god, I've had some amazing surfs in Kororo over the years, but it's probably because I just don't check it very often.
Every once in a while, you get those south swells on the beaches on the coast where because you normally you need a north swell and a bit of a combo swell for it to get like A-framey and non-drifty.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I've had the odd session over the years where they're just a magical bank will line up on
Mm.
one of those random beaches,
Mm.
and it's because it's south swell.
Mm.
It is heavy. Like I've had some heavy sessions, but
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the power of Blakedown can't be beaten. No.
I just want to. Can I chime in a Karora story because I just want to document the story because it was amazing. So, and then we'll get to you with your proper beating story, and then my proper beating story. Okay.
I'll bring up the photo. Actually, I've got the photo of it.
Oh, of what again?
Of my beating.
Oh, the one you're talking about. The big beating.
The big beating.
Oh, well, should I share this Karora story first before you share?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't bring up the pic just yet. So I remember it would have been 1997 or 1998, and I'd been living up in Gizzy, and I'd been, missing home, missing the West Coast, just pining about Karora and just grommet days, And I remember I come home for like a holiday break. It's probably Christmas holidays. No, I think it might have been mid-year or something because I remember it being quite gloomy and grey. Although that does happen in summer. So anyway, I get home and I think I get Granddad. No, it wasn't Granddad Trev. It might have been, I can't remember who it was, but I got a ride to Kororo, had my surfing gear. It was like super late, just got into town. It was like an hour before dark. And I was just, this is before the surf forecast, power that we have on our phones. We can just check the surf. So it was just on a whim. And how cool is that? You just go to the beach and you have no idea what the conditions are like. Whereas these days you have an inkling. Kind of takes away the magic of it, actually, when I think about it. But, I had that magic of just, I have no idea what the surf's going to be like. I get there. I'm just like breaking the door open. I'm straight down the beach. And I look out and it's just 2 to 3 foot combo swell, dark blue, green, water, and Rory Herc's out. And I think like De Goldie and Lowy and another couple of guys have maybe either just surfed and they've just come in because it's like only an hour left of light. And I've just gone, oh my God, I'm straight out there. And it was just like a middle, just a little bit further out than a shory. So like not a full shory, but just a little bit further out. It was just the perfect conditions, just shreddable, 2 to 3 foot, light offshore. Oh man, that was such a beautiful memory.
The coast is like heaven on those days.
I know, it really is.
Those warm, even in the middle of winter, when you get those warm offshore days as the sun's up, it's on those beaches. It's like a little fun park. And
no one around. And it's one of those days too where you could just like walk 80 meters south and you'll find another peak, and then walk another 100 meters and find another peak. One of those days.
Yeah. I've got the memory. Like there was one particular memory at a river. I won't name that river.
No, don't.
Pulled up in a car with the boys, and you could see it was on the other side of the river mouth, and you could see these less sort of just grinding the top of the wave. You could only see the top of the wave, and it was just sort of grind because it was hidden behind a big like gravel island.
Yes.
And it was about like 300 or 400 meters away. And I said to the boys, we're all like umming and ahhing, and it was a real midday. I think I even text you, and you're like, nah.
No, I was there. I remember that day.
Nah, this is a different day. You went out there at this one.
Oh, yeah, I probably would have said no then.
But I do remember that day you were talking about as well, that we did a similar
same thing.
It was
you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it, but you could
everything.
see something.
But this one, right? So like I said to the boys, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pedal over. And I pedaled through the lagoon, got on top of on the gravel island. When I stood up, this 3 foot left, like Mundaka, just went.
No. It's crazy, eh?
We just had like 3 hours of it. It was just mental. Yeah, it was just so warm and like just the lighting and the wind and everything. It was just magic. Okay, so my real beating, I've had 2 beatings that really come to mind. There was one at Blaketown where I was out by myself, and that's quick. and I got absolute. It was like one of those days. It was a combo swell, but it was breaking in the corner. But there was huge amount of water moving. It was like 4 foot by myself, and I got sent to the deep, dark Aquaman depths on one. And then as soon as I came up, I got another one right on the head, like literally popped up, and then like another crazy one on the head. And I was like, I'm going in. This I'm by myself. I'm nearly out by the tip head, like at the end. I'm finding the rope. I got to go in. This is fucking dumb. Okay, so it was nearly basically a 2-wave hold down. This one,
It was so quick though. Like I want to hear the story. Like,
no. This
paint me
is the
some-
real beating.
paint me some colors.
This is the real beating. Can you see this?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's a good. See, let's talk about wave height. See, for me, that's knowing your height.
Mm.
For me, that's 4 to 5 feet.
Okay, so this is me shoulder hopping one, right?
Yeah,
This is
it
me
is.
this is literally me shoulder hopping this. This is maxed out 6 to 8 foot ruteki. And
That is.
eh?
That wave is.
This is maxed out 6 to 8 foot ruteki.
My range is all up the wazoo.
That
Carry
I
on.
shoulder hopped. I shoulder hopped this. Well, look at me. I'm fully stretched out and I'm 6 foot, right? And you
Yeah,
can't
but
actually
wave
see-
height isn't 8 foot.
Yeah, but
because
you
of
can't
that.
actually see the bottom of the wave. There's still quite a bit of wave to go because like this is taken from land a long way. Like
Yeah, I'll
don't
give you
know how
that.
far. Okay, this is taken.
Give you that.
This,
It's probably 5
like
foot. It's
it's
5 foot.
literally it's bigger than that.
It's 5 foot.
Okay,
Carry on.
it's literally bigger than that.
Carry on.
Anyway, so it was closing out in the keyhole. You know how it closes out?
Yeah, Buzz.
I took off
I
on
know.
this.
Yeah.
I got to the bottom, and this is you can see the back of the wave. Look how heavy
I know.
that wave is. So heavy.
Such a
And
sick wave.
If I hadn't shoulder hopped, I probably would have got a crazy pipe and then could have pulled through.
Oh, it looks like a section coming. You could have launched off this.
So I took off, and then it started to close out in front of me. And so I'm telling you, this is at least a 6 foot wave, but behind me, and then it grows and it's below sea level. Like this is taken from a long way away. It's a shitty photo. Anyway, I get to the section where I'm like, do I pull in and then try to pull through the back or straighten out? And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna straighten out. And so I straightened out, and I'm flying over the reef, and I can tell there's just inches of water. And I'm like, do I let go of my board or I do keep? But then just as I thought that, I let go of my board. I got blasted off my board, and I can remember it, I'm flying across the reef, and I'm trying to like starfish.
Oh yeah,
like,
the lobster.
I'm not
Starfish,
curled on
sorry.
the ball. I'm trying to stay as high up in the water and the whitewash as possible.
Yeah.
And then I could just feel it. And then all of a sudden, my rib cage just cheese grates across the entire reef.
No.
The whole rib cage just cheese grates across the entire reef.
Ouch, man,
And
that
then-
hurts.
And then when I came up, I get the same thing as happened at Blaketown. Just before I came up, another one hit me. And
Oh, you got the double wave hold down.
Yeah. And so I was down for, I think I was down for about 30 to 40 seconds. It was so maxed out. Ahi Newbie was surfing the reef.
30, 40 seconds. You're tripping the exaggerator. It's 10
you're
to
probably
15.
right. You're probably right. You're probably right. You're
Yes,
probably
it
right.
is. It would have felt like 30 to 40, but it was definitely 10
long.
to 15.
It was a long time. It was a long time. And
The
so
embellisher strikes again. I need to sing. I need to create a fucking embellisher sting, I reckon.
I need to find the video. So I need to find the while we're talking. So that was the most heaviest beating I've ever had.
Okay, cool.
That I'm telling you, that's a shit photo. We got fuck all photos of that day, but me and Brooksy were out, and we were both because it wasn't working. Like I've surfed a Ruteki at 6 to 8 foot on that same trip, where the angle, the swell angle, was actually perfect. So I was out all day just getting crazy pits with Nate Smith and that Eric guy and a few locals. Like, but the angle was perfect. But on this day that we paddled out, it was like coming in too much from the south.
A bit more closey outy.
Yeah, so it was like closey outy, and it was just,
Yeah.
and it was bigger. It was bigger, and it was gnarly.
I seriously
and
like that too. It's scary when
like-
it's like that.
we were just shitting ourselves. Like it was so hectic because it was just too closey outy, and it was just sucking all the water off the reef.
Oh,
Anyway,
hideous.
and so yeah, I've never forget taking off that wave and like, what do I do here? Yeah, it was fucking so scary.
All right.
While we're talking, I'll find that video of Nate Smith putting the lime on my cuts. I had cuts down my rib cage and then all down the other side of my leg.
It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. All right. Shall I tell everybody the story of my sort of more progressive beating, not just the kook beating, the biggest beating? I actually, I talk about the what? What do you mean? Oh, no, I'm just talking about like, you know what I mean. Don't be silly. So I think I've talked about this actually, hopefully not in a previous podcast. But I know that I've done it in the Blaketown documentary that'll never come out. So Blaketown was where my biggest beating came from. It was a summery day. We're talking probably 10 years ago. And probably more actually, more like 12 years ago. And this was back when low tide Blaketown used to have a thing out the back. So at the very end of the tip. So it was a lot of raw ocean. And this was a 6 to 8 foot day. But the wave that I took off on was probably, I would say 7 foot. If I was really going to be picky, it wasn't 6, wasn't 8. It was in between 6 and 8 foot. So quite a large wave, right?
There's no such thing as a 7 foot wave.
Is he not? What do you mean? Do you seriously not think so?
No.
Well, okay. So then what? 6 to 8 then? Do I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the water was super warm. So you have this false sense of it's not as heavy. Do you ever get that in the summertime where it's like, it's nice and warm. I'm almost in my boardies. It's quite big. Doesn't feel as heavy. That was the kind of vibe. And there was quite a few people out. It was a perfect right hand wave from out the back. It had a lot of north in it actually, but it had enough south in it to be like a double swell and really peaky with no drift. So it was like you take any wave and you can either paddle out the rip or you can just paddle out the side. And I remember I was getting a bit cocky on it. Old Joel's, he was getting a bit cocko.
Yeah, please. What year?
I would say 2007, 8.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe even earlier, maybe 6, but it was a while ago. And this was back when we had like 3 or 4 years of just out back banks that would work on a combo swell and big north swells as well. And you'd get out in you'd get some of the craziest rides of your life. Seriously, bruh. So anyway, this wave, I'd been getting a lot of good prone waves, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a bit cocky. Shall I drop me a big one? Shall we see what happens if I really put my balls on the line and drop me one? So I said to myself, right, I just do the old mental next wave that comes in, it's drop me. I don't care. Do you ever do that? I do that quite a lot. Where you say, oh, next wave's DK, no matter what. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I've done that a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So I did that. And then, so righto, big wave, 6 to 8. I call it 7.
7.5 feet.
I get up in the drop knee stance, sweet as pie. Boom, I'm up. I start tracking down for the bottom turn. And I start the bottom turn, and I've got so much fucking speed. I'm going like 100K on this fucking double swelled triangle of a wave on Outback Blaketown. And I start to engage my rail, and then I feel the tail slide out instantly. So I'm down the bottom of the wave, and now I've slid out, and I look back up, and I'm thinking, and time slowed down. I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I'm about to get absolutely destroyed. So then I slide out. I don't penetrate the wave. I skip like a stone on a lake, and I'm skipping down the
That's
wave.
the worst.
You know when you skip and you don't penetrate, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm losing breath here. Can I penetrate, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, before I even penetrate, I've already lost my breath, you know? So then I have this mountain of a wave break on me. So I'm not even under the water, I'm just on me. And I just get absolutely destroyed. I think I swallowed water twice. I come up, I don't know how many seconds, but it was one of those ones where I came up and I went straight in. Like there wasn't even a thought. Like, you know, sometimes I've had beatings where you're like, oh, I'll be right. This was, I'm going in right fucking now. And I'm going to sit on that beach for half an hour. And I did that. I just sat there and was just breathing, just like one of those ones, man.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That feeling when you're skipping like a stone across the water, you're like, can I please penetrate? I'm already out of breath and I've got so much more pain to go. I know. Yeah.
That was it. That was the one. Yeah. That's my story.
Out the back Blaketown, I have no, this is legit. I have seen Jade Morrison pull into an 8-foot closeout out of back Blaketown. There was a weekend there when I first lived there in 2012.
I remember that weekend. It was super offshore and the water was kind of browny.
Yeah.
I was there that
Adam,
weekend.
I think you had Addison. You couldn't.
I got into it real late. I only got in one surf that whole weekend. Yep.
Me, Addison, Adam.
It was torturous.
Mick Fake might have come out for a session.
Because
surfing corner, and Adam put on a clinic.
Can I chime in? Yeah. I took footage that day. It's on my Facebook. We can find it. We can find it. I took Adam had a fucking photo. Adam had a photo of him doing an air forward that I took as his like Facebook background photo of that day.
Do you remember that pipe I got that I paddled down the beach because I was like not getting anything corner, and remember those huge cleanup sets that would come through?
Mm-hmm.
Because this was like proper 6 to 8 foot Blaketown at the back. And I paddled down the beach because I knew they were real makeable, but I paddled down, and then just before I got my best wave, my only good one wave when I paddled down, this set just stacked the horizon. It just stacked the horizon, and I just started motoring for it. And I could hear you and Kingy like going, paddle, paddle. I could hear you screaming at me from like hundreds of meters away, and I made it, and I just got under this fucking bomb, and I got under it, and then I got my breath back, and then I got one of those Blaketown. I haven't seen Blaketown do that for years, but one of the ones where you get the long bottom turn, and then that big perfect pipe, and I just came, and I did the classic Hodjo way. I just got this it was like a 6-foot pipe, and I just did the big.
Big Clamo.
Yeah, I think King saw it and he was losing it, but yeah. Just before you go to, so here we go.
I can't find the photos. They'll be on a drive somewhere, I reckon.
But I saw Jade Morrison. My wave was like 5 to 6 foot. I think it was 6 foot. Don't know. I'll call it 6 foot. I saw Jade Morrison pull into a double triple up in the corner.
What?
Like it was 8 foot, and I was down the beach, so I could look straight into it.
Yeah,
it was 8 foot. Like it was the heaviest, widest keg I've ever seen anybody pull into in New Zealand.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Please do.
Share sound. Tell me if this is too.
Oh,
so this
is this the
This is old NATO doing my ribs. I think we'd already done my like shins and shit.
Righto, Benny, you ready?
This is when I was a bit skinnier.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit skinnier there. Huh? Oh, that's a gnarly.
Oh,
you can see the one on my guts as well.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah. Take it, you pussy. Take it.
Can you hear the sound?
No, you need it. I need to get. Oh,
No,
need to
stop,
get in there.
stop. Just get
It's gonna get infected.
Stop.
Yeah, you're a pussy. You should have taken heaps more than that, mate. Should have taken heaps more than that. You drone. Oh, that's good.
That was he's so good that he filmed that. This is the day. This was the day Actually, I'll share this. This is the day I was telling you about when it was 6 to 8 foot and just perfect though.
Have you got some more footage of it?
Oh, here's a Maddie and a cutie. Cutie with a
Oh,
bum bum.
hey, stop! That's rude. Rude.
Look at that. That's the day that it was just perfection.
Yeah, that's 3 to 4 foot.
That's a
Mate.
4 foot wave.
It's a 3 foot wave. That's a 3 foot wave.
There were bigger ones come through like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, and that looks like the most perfect 3 foot right there.
With that one, mate, so there were big ones. That's a stand up.
It's
You
a drop knee pit, mate. It is
You
drop knee
call
pit.
everything 3 foot. You
I
literally
do
call-
not.
You
I
call
do not.
everything 3 foot.
This is untrue.
You call
this is
everything 3 foot.
Untruth.
You literally call everything.
This
like
is
3 foot.
blasphemy. This is a falsehood, my friend. A falsehood on you.
You call everything 3 foot. Eh?
Your mum's 3 foot.
Fuck, we're dragging out here, Cunny.
Well, let's should we bail? It was a good chat. Hour and a half. Let's fuck off. Eh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, last one for me. If you'd like to see one of the best comment sections on YouTube and in the world, go to Brendan Schaub, the Gringo Puppy special, the worst comedy special of all time. Don't subject yourself to 30 minutes of watching it.
Did you watch it? Any of
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I sat through it just so I could rip it out.
But was your perception coloured already by other people's reviews?
No, the guy's the biggest fraud in the world. Like,
He's not that
honestly.
funny.
You go to Reddit, search the fighter and the kid, and if you want to see the best Reddit on a page on the internet, join the fighter and the kid Reddit.
He's quite good at podcasting though, yes.
No, he talks over everyone. He's a liar. He bullies everyone. Is he
better just when he does it when it's just him?
Okay, no, I can't listen to him. I hate him.
Oh wow, you're like a fanboy who's been.
I got you into him.
You did.
And then
And what?
He was really like honest and humble, and like when he first got into it, and then it was around about 2018 when it all into his head. And now he just lies and lies and lies, and I just can't stand it.
I think you might have gone a bit too hard. I think you might have gone a bit too fanboy on him, and he's broken your heart.
Well, I don't know if he's broken my heart. I just like I'll listen to someone else who's actually got something of value to say, like Luke Thomas. If you want to watch something good, you want to watch an epic like MMA podcast, watch Morning Combat.
Thank you. I got into that because of you. So I just listen to it via audio. I don't watch it, but thanks, bro. I'm enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Oh, is it better just on the video?
That's good because they do like.
I only have so much time, man. For video stuff.
Okay.
But I agree. Sorry, can I just agree with you? I agree that Schaub's a bit of a dick these days. He does. Yeah. I've seen him talk over the top of his crew on the fighter. Not the fighter and the kid, but like the King and the Sting and the Wing podcast. But it's cool because Chris D'Elia is great because he kind of grounds Schaub a little bit, because D'Elia doesn't really put up with his bullshit, which is quite nice, quite refreshing.
I just can't listen to them, mate.
But no, I still can. I think you've gone a bit too hard in the paint towards Brendan, and I think you should be a bit nicer.
You should watch.
I think you should be a bit nicer.
You should get onto the Reddit and see all of the horrible shit that he's done to people. Like
I would rather not, because it's all hearsay.
No, it's not. Like sue small YouTubers for making fun of him and getting them demonetized.
I still think he's funny.
Make fun of him.
I still think he's funny sometimes.
He's a fucking douchebag.
He is a douchebag, but I still think he's funny.
Last one I thought was just my absolute favorite was our favorite Amber Heard.
Really?
Her pen does not touch the paper. Her pen does not touch the paper. The pen does not touch the paper. Okay. She's not touching paper.
Yeah, she's acting the whole time.
Watch the lawyer.
She passes it back. And then
I'm pausing, turning the sound off. Watch the lawyer. The lawyer's like, what the fuck?
He's looking down. He's like, oh dear. And then a slow eyelid close.
Quick shake of the head.
Oh my God. So for those of you who are listening, it's Amber Heard, and during her trial, and she's pretend writing notes, right?
Yeah, pretend writing notes, hands the pretend note to someone behind her, and then her lawyer's like, "What the fuck?"
Just goes to show you she is borderline psychopathic, and she is acting. I don't think she realizes who she is. If it's one big act or just she's putting on an absolute show. Eh? Fuck, she's crazy, man.
Cray.
She's so cray.
Never trust a fat fitness.
Never trust a hot actress.
No, Johnny Depp
Not
did
that
the
hot actress.
ultimate. Johnny Depp did the ultimate midlifer. Traded in for a younger model. Look where
And
it
got
got him.
stitched up, eh? Got stitched up on the younger
Oh.
model big
Look
time.
where it got him.
Hey, it's nice for a chat now. Fuck off, would you? I gotta go do some shit.
Fuck off.
Fuck off, would you, mate?
Shut up.
Catch up next time, mate.
We
See you
have a
later.
guest on next. Del Russ, Sam Peters. Well, Jolin's failed. He's our booking talent, booking agent. Jolin's
Oh, I'm just lazy. They're
John's
all
poor
sitting
job of
right
booking
there waiting
people.
to be plucked. I just need to pluck the bastards. So I'll do that. Do that. I'll do that next
Joel-
step.
John and Tim, thank you for the incredible offer for the shared podcast studio to do our Wowsy interview. I think we'll probably take you up on that offer, and we'll get Wowsy in person. And
We should just bring them all in. I'll bring some mics as well, and we'll just get
He
5
might
of
rape
us in
us.
there. We'll just
Might
get
rape
5 of
us.
us in there. Shall I do a fart on air? Wait for it.
I'm cutting that.
No, you've got to leave that in, man. No, you have to leave it in.
That's just. I was hoping for a little squeaker. That was wet.
Yes, please
That
keep
was-
it in, man. That's
It was wet
gold.
and squelchy. Go
That
wipe
is what
your
we
bum.
call podcast gold, mate.
Go wipe your bum.
See you,
Go
mate.
wipe your bum. See you, mate. Bye.